So if you know me, you know that I like Ruby, and I also like DC. Just something that I wanted to piece two together, because I've been thinking about this a lot lately. Now, since you've already seen the title and the thumbnail of this video, you're probably already knowing that I'm going to ask the question, what type of Lanta core would Ruby Rhodes be in? Now, this did raise a few questions in my head, and I think I have a few solid answers as to which core she would be in. Now, in case you don't know what the Lantern Corps are, they are basically a group of organizations that basically have the ability to harness the emotional spectrum. In this said spectrum is will, fear, greed, rage, love, compassion, and hope. There's also two others called life and death, which for this video I will not count. Also, it should be noted that there will be spoilers in this, so if you want to watch Ruby unspoiled, now's your chance to leave. Right off the bat, let's get rid of three, which is rage, greed, and fear. Now, Ruby can never be a part of any of these cores because she's not this type of person. Like, for fear, she obviously can't because she doesn't install fear into anybody, and even if she could, she wouldn't, because she's not that type of person at the end of the day. For greed, same thing. Again, she's not a greedy person. She doesn't, do this stuff for money. She does this stuff to help people. As for rage, again, she's never really been an angry person. The only time she's felt angry was when she was having that mental breakdown in Volume 9. And even then, we've all felt this way. So obviously, she can't be a part of any of these tribes. Now, this next core I'm kind of iffy with, because while I do believe that she could join this core, there's just some drawbacks that's pushing me to not, agree that she could be a part of it, which is the Blue Lantern Core of Hope. Now, I'm not saying Ruby doesn't inspire hope, okay? You don't just send a message out to everybody being hopeful and not expect to have at least a few people have hope in you, okay? But the thing is that not only do you need to let people know that they have hope in you, you also need to have hope in yourself. Which, while Ruby did have that at one point, in Volume 9, it kind of went down a little bit, if I had to say so. In Volume 9, Ruby was going through depression. Most definitely, she was feeling all sorts of depressed, to the point where her hope was slowly being lost. Now, am I saying that it's not okay to feel hopeless? No, not at all. There's been times where people have felt hopeless. Hell, even I have felt hopeless before. But there's one thing that Ruby did that, completely makes me feel as though that hope is not the right Lanta core for her. Which is where she completely decides to just take her own life. Now again, you can feel hopeless at sometimes, but taking the easy way out of things, that is just completely giving up hope. And this is what prevents me from putting Ruby in the hope category. Now, at the end of Volume 9, it does seem like her hope is coming back, but I think I want to wait just a little bit longer until I decide to think about whether or not she belongs in Hope. So, I think Hope is out for her right now. Plus, I just think the other three last cores are a better pick for her. Now, the next one is most definitely Will. Ruby has a strong sense of will. In fact, you can make an argument that all the team members and stuff would be in the Green Lantern Corps because all of them have a strong compassion of will. But the thing is that while I do think Ruby has a strong amount of will, I think the last two that of my choosing are more stronger than her will. Now, these last two were really difficult for me to decide. Because you can make a case for either one of them being Ruby's main Lantern Core. But I think I've narrowed it down. And I think the last one to get out is definitely Love. Now, Ruby has a very good shared deal of love. Like, you can tell that she really does love her team. She loves her dad. And hell, she probably still loves her mom, even though, Summer abandoned her. But the main thing about this is that it seems like the Lantern Core of love only goes, or like you only love specific people. So being case like you only love your family and stuff like that. Plus you have the tendencies to hurt your said loved ones because of the ring. So I don't think this is the right Lantern Core for Ruby. However, there is one more that I think best suits her, which is Compassion. Now, the Indigo Tribe is very different from the other Lantern Cores. In order to be one, you either need to have no compassion at all, or have a really good deal of compassion. And to me, I feel as though Ruby has enough compassion to join the Core. I believe that she's very empathetic. She's very much always looking out for people, always trying to check up on people's mental health. And even in Volume 9, you can definitely tell that she was still worried about her team and stuff. And honestly, I think that probably best, helps her, be a part of this Core. So to me, I definitely believe that she possibly belongs in the Purple Lantern Core of Compassion. And that is what I think Ruby Rose's Lantern Core should be. Obviously, people are going to disagree with me, and that's fine. We all have our different opinions. Personally, for me, I just think she belongs in Compassion. If you want me to do the other, team members and even Team Jampar, then let me know, and maybe I'll make a video about them. But until then, have a good one.